What up, what up? My name is Shakiel Mahjouri, and I've been talking to a bunch of pro MMA fighters to get their breakdown and predictions on UFC 240's main event title clash between Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar. Enjoy. First up is UFC 240 co-main eventer Felicia Spencer.
Being on the same card as this one, I'm going to pull for the underdog. I know Frankie and I are both pretty heavy underdogs, and as much as I love both of the fighters, that's the hard thing about the picks is I love almost all the fighters on the roster. I'm going to go a little old school and pick him with just having experience in wrestling and being the underdog along with me. I think will make a lot of people a lot of money that night.
And now we have top-ranked bantamweight Aljamain Sterling.
That's a good fight. I really don't know. The footwork of Frankie is very problematic. I don't know if it's going to be problematic for Holloway, who's also very good with the footwork in his own right. I think he's the bigger man. I could see him hurting Frankie, as did Brian Ortega. So that Jose Aldo is a very interesting fight. Frankie's wrestling, his cardio, his heart. This fight is a couple of years removed, I feel, at this point. The third time's a charm, but I think Father Time, I don't want to say has caught up with Frankie, but age starts to, your attribute starts to be affected with time. So I think the youth is on the side of Holloway for sure. And his cardio, his volume punching, his distance control, and I think if Holloway starts kicking again like he did before, I think that's going to be a very tough fight. He's going to be too long for Frankie, I think. But if he does it and makes it all of a stand-up fight, like just straight boxing like he did against Poirier, I could see Frankie slipping something and getting on the inside with a perfect time takedown and making this fight tougher than it needs to be for Holloway. But I think if Holloway uses his range and all his tools and his gifts, I think he should come out victorious.
The always smiling Sam Alvey.
I love both Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar. I'm pulling for Edgar. He just moves so well, and he can mix up the ground and the striking better than anyone in the UFC before, present, or after.
Introducing Ricardo the Bully Lamas.
I just think that I'm going to go with Holloway on this one. I think his punch volume is just going to overwhelm Edgar. He's got real good takedown defense. I don't think Edgar's going to be able to get it to the ground. So I'm going to go with Holloway with a decision.
Jimmie Rivera.
I got Max on that one. I think Frankie will take him down, but I think Max will end up beating him on the game, and he'll get back up or he'll stop the takedowns. I got Max on that one.
And now we have Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman.
Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. I think Max Holloway is going to get that one. He's a big boy. He's well-rounded. He's a volume guy. I just don't think Frankie can hurt him. If Dustin Poirier couldn't really put him away, I don't see Frankie being able to really hurt him. He's just too big, man. He's a big kid. I've trained with him before, so I'm going Holloway TKO 4th round.
And next is UFC 240's very own Kyle Stewart.
I got Max Holloway winning that fight. Too long. Frankie's a little long in the tooth. I don't think he's going to be able to get in and wrestle down Max. I think Max is going to finish that fight, to be completely honest. Too long, too rangy, too powerful punches, too quick, too good at cardio. Frankie's a cardio machine, and I just don't think he's going to be able to, body frame-wise, get in there and impose it. You see the face-off between the two of them? They look 3 weight classes apart. I think Max is too much for him.
And last but not least, Damir Hadzovic.
Max Holloway. Because Frank Edgar, as good as he is, I think he's too small for Max Holloway. And they both got good boxing, but I think the pressure of Max's boxing will be too much. And maybe he can take him down a couple of times, but Max will survive, get up, and finish him. But all respect to Frankie, he's a legend.